Well, I am from a city myself. I'm an urban person, but I have, like a lot of people, this fascination for the natural environment. In a place such as Mongolia, we're able to work in a very, very genuine natural environment and look with that natural eye at our own lives as urban citizens. Other critical aspect of the film is the link with the dinosaurs who are now extinct. So it's all about survival in the biological sense. Dinosaurs existed for tens of thousands of years. Now, despite or maybe because of our intelligence, we may be the dinosaurs of the current age. But dinosaurs make us realize that we are actually just a blink of the eye in the course of history. So it goes far beyond sexual relationships or romantic relationships. It's much more about human civilization as such and its continuation. Now, in this film, you see the enormity of nature as a backdrop and also the wisdom that it gives us, particularly in the form of this female Mongolian hero. She has wisdom that comes from nature to allow you to overcome a lot of challenges. Working with the cast here, I worked in a very unusual way. I relied on their intuition. They were, to a large extent, telling me what had to be done on the screen. So I asked them often to just do what they normally do, and I was more of an observer standing next to them. So, we had to be very careful because they were, if you like, in their natural state, so we didn't want to change what they were doing unnecessarily. We didn't have a script 1 month before. We didn't have a cast 15 days before. We went from ger to ger looking for traditional female nomads, and I was also receiving photos. I was going from traditional tent to tent looking for people who might actually fit the part. And then I finally, I saw her photo, and I instantly knew that's the girl. She is very visually striking, but also very healthy and natural, so she was a perfect fit.
We had a lot of surprises, unforeseen weather events, and so we could not be certain from morning to evening. We could never be certain about the light situation. And for the indoor scenes, that was the hardest challenge I ever had to pick up as a cinematographer. We had very little light to work with indoors. Therefore, I had to use light sources. We are in Mongolia. There's not many sockets to plug in your equipment or lights, and so we use generators and small batteries. The biggest challenge, of course, I talked a lot with the director, is the carving. Impossible to control or manage this, so whether it happens during the day or night, and it happened, in fact, by night, and therefore, for me, it was hugely stressful what to do with the night situation. And, of course, you always find solutions with what you have.
It was as if Mother Nature was just telling us to do it like this, telling us to show the majesty of nature. Now, we spent about 20 days filming, but we were only able to work on 16 of those days. A lot of the time, nature gave us something even better than what we were thinking of.
When Chan invited me to come to Mongolia, he said, this is the set, 360 degrees of set. So when you see this enormous space, you turn your head and there's always something that you can film. There are no limits, absolutely limitless. Therefore, very quickly, the format was obvious. We needed CinemaScope in order to translate on screen and for the spectator to give them an idea about the expanses that you have. It's like the people in the film. People are very, very small in this type of backdrop. And so when Xuan insisted, well, during the preparation, I had to understand what he wanted in terms of cinematography and composition. And for him, it was never wide enough. He wanted it wider and wider. And one day I understood what he was getting at and what he wanted as an outcome. Therefore, deliver to the spectator a vast expanse of land, very wide pans, and where people have very, very tiny little dots on it. And this is what you feel. I am a city dweller, and when you get in this type of environment, you understand how huge it is.